Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I'm back once more with another live stream. And one of these days, I'm going to have to put some art or some graphic design content on here on this channel. Since for the last few days, I've been doing live streams and it's just running out of topics to talk about here. But I've been thinking about something and I want to get it off my chest. And it's this wonder of why most developing countries are not developing economically. And I had thought about that because I've been talking with a family member about why most people in many countries who have good jobs, like, say, teaching and work in, say, law and medicine, these are good fields and the pay in most Western Anglo-Saxon societies, they pay good money. But in most developing countries, most doctors and lawyers and professionals, they don't make a whole lot of money in those countries. Even university professors, teachers, and from schools, they don't make a whole lot of money. So that says it right there. I'm just wondering about that and why this is. I'm thinking maybe it's most countries in the world, developing countries, political situations. But then again, I would say it's partly to blame for that. But I would say they fall into a lot of pressure from these Western countries, and like who have all the big money and who are in control of the big banks. You look at the Federal Reserve and the IMF and World Bank, all these three entities are in the US. And of course, you got the Bank of Canada, Bank of Australia, but in the Bank of World Bank of England or something. But those banks are in control. They're controlled by the IMF and World Bank, and maybe to some extent the Federal Reserve. Now, I've been curious as to why there's so much poverty in most of these developing nations. Like, for instance, countries like in Southeast Asia, in South America, Latin America, Central America, and especially Africa, who I might add, in most of these countries, the currency has oftentimes devalued. And they've been devalued to this day, meaning most people in these African countries, like, say, for instance, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and Uganda, most people, they can't, their dollar doesn't go very far. The currencies don't take them very far. And I have to wonder about that, since most people can't get, they don't even make enough to support their families, let alone to support themselves. And I had pondered and I wondered about that. I was thinking about that, talking to a family member about that. So it's not very good. In China, even though China is doing pretty good, they're still not up to par. And I discussed China, about some things about China in last night's live stream. You can check it out and find out what I've spoken about. I'm not going to get into too much detail in this live stream. But this live stream, I think, has to be about why most countries, developing countries, are not doing very well from an economic standpoint. Politicians, the decisions they make are partly to blame for the problems. But as I said, it's a lot of factors, like the decisions, like say, being pressured by most of these Western nations, Western banks, for instance. And let's just add on to the World Trade Organization, who, of course, I think they're probably in the States and are controlled by most of these white elitists, which I won't get into. I don't want to throw the race card in there, but that's what I'm sensing right now. You think about this, the IMF and the World Bank, Federal Reserve, and WTO, World Trade Organization, they make up all the laws and make up all the policies, dictate all the policies to these developing countries as to how much they can import, how much they have to import, and how much they can export to global markets in the world. And I've never heard stories of developing countries from Africa, Asia, Australia, and Latin America. I never heard stories of them exporting goods and services to these developed countries in Europe and, to some extent, Australia, Europe, and North America. Maybe with the exception of entertainment. But what can a person build with just entertainment? Not really a whole lot. Maybe put on good music and maybe movies to excite a lot of the masses. But you can't really build anything concrete with that, unless the doctors and lawyers and architects. So that's something to ponder, something to think about and ponder. Okay, we're almost close to the 10-minute mark here. I think I rambled enough about what I have to say. Okay. What else am I talking about here? What else can I talk about here? Besides that stuff that I talked about. Now, according to some sources, OPEC has announced the oil prices have gone down a bit. Now, for the last few days, the oil price have been going up. And I remember at some point, we were sitting at about over $100 a barrel. But now, right now, it seems to me the oil price just keeps going down and going down and going down. And we're now, according to CNBC.com, we're now sitting at about $71 a barrel. Imagine that, $71 a barrel. Which, of course, is high and it's good. But still, we're still not out of the woods when it comes to basically stopping a recession from coming. Okay, I'm not hearing very good news about the American economy. Now, last time I did a video of how the Canadian economy has created thousands of jobs. But that's the report. They say this and they never mention how many jobs have been created or what sectors of the economy have created these jobs. I think it's probably the same here in the United States. Same in the United States. Now I'm reading this headline. Unemployment rates have dropped among Hispanic women and men, but has risen for Black men and women employees. Now, if that doesn't make sense, I don't know what does. But, yeah. Did you see how much the stock went up? Oh, I've never seen this, how much the stock went up. But I'll check it out and see how much the stock went up. But now getting to this, I was saying, the job numbers in the U.S., bringing to North America, don't really tell the whole picture, if you really think about it. Like among the blacks, whites, and Asians, and maybe Hispanics. Now, unemployment rates in Hispanics went down. The unemployment rates of blacks in America went up. Now, they don't tell you about the type of jobs and which sectors of the economy that the jobs are in. And maybe they do, but the stories I've been reading lately, they've never, ever went up. Never. Okay. Oh, thank you. I will do that. Absurd S. He's asked me if I'm okay. I'm doing all right. I'm a little bit tired and fatigued, but I'm doing okay. And hopefully, after this live stream, I will take a little break, get some sleep, and tomorrow I'll be refreshed. Okay, now I'm getting oh, yeah, glad to hear. Thank you. Okay, also, thinks this Mr. Torrey should think. Oh, I'll try and see if I can do that, Mr. Torrey. I'll see if I can do that. I'll see if I can send a link to my other channel. Now, and also he asked me as well if I could share my thoughts on illegal immigration and if it's a problem. Well, I will do a live stream about that on the illegal immigration because I mean I think it's a topic that nobody ever discusses, and a lot of the people that come to most countries illegally, that could be a problem in itself. I think it's not just in the U.S. Illegal immigration is a problem in most any country, including here in Canada. You see. So I'll do a live stream about that and possibly send a link of my other channel. Okay. Thank you. Oh, he's got one too. It's a problem in the UK. Now, this illegal immigration is a problem. It's a global problem. Just like white supremacy and racism are global problems as well. So but illegal immigration, I'll address that issue in a future video. Okay. Okay, thanks for the input there. Okay. All right. We're past the almost close to the 15-minute mark here. And I'll just talk a little bit about this. All right. Let me see. Let me see here. I'll make a video about illegal immigration in the future. In fact, probably do that tomorrow. Talk about that. Okay, now this live stream is a little longer than I thought, and I'll just go right to it. You guys have any ideas? Maybe I should do a talk show where I just make a comment about business, politics, anything, and just you guys add your comments and add your feedback to it. How does that sound? Oh, that is right. That's right. America is ignoring the people. But yeah, gotta blame the political system for that. Because a lot of people, when they go to the ballot box, they vote the politicians in there that end up changing all the policies and laws and adding some new laws to that basically screw over the citizens and a lot of the people. Okay. Engage here. It's weird. Okay. I'm getting a lot of comments. Yeah, government does not care. But a lot of the people, here in Canada as well, a lot of people vote these people, most certain people into, or certain parties into parliament or into the government building without really checking the backgrounds and checking as to what they have done in the past to screw people over, screw the citizens over. So, yeah, don't want to get into too much politics. But let's get back to what, let's see here. Talk about this last topic on the economy itself. Okay, U.S. recession would be good news for markets. Well, I don't know if a recession will be good for markets. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't. But a recession is not good for people overall, I would say, because people are not making money. And a lot of companies, they have to lay off a lot of their employees in order to save some money, because they're not making much money during a recession. Now, I don't know the absurdity of a recession being good news for markets. How could it be good for markets when people at the bottom are suffering in a recession? So a recession is not good. But some strategist says that market is good, recession is good. But for the average person, average Canadian or average American, not so good. Okay, I think close to 20 minutes, and I'll just end this live stream. The recession is gonna get bad here. Okay, the recessions are gonna get bad here. Well, the UK has been having problems for many years. The UK, Canada, and maybe to some extent the United States. But the UK has been having problems for years. And I've read in some stories where most Brits, most people in the UK, they've had to pack their bags and move to other countries like Canada and the US due to the high prices of goods and services in that country. 8 million. Okay, I'll see if I can find something here for these. I'll see. Okay, give me a chance here. No, I won't. Okay, let me just do it on the other aisle here. All right. Okay. All right, give me a moment here. Now, give you the live stream. Okay, let's see if I can. No, this link will work. Let's see. Okay, even with job pieces out there, have a good night. Okay. Let me just write this in here. All right. Okay. I'm going to call it a night with this live stream. Thank you. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Take care. Oh, intelligence, artificial intelligence and illegal immigration. Artificial intelligence. I will see if I can get to that topic. For now, have yourselves a wonderful night. Take care.